星球崛起，王国诞生，睽违7年登上大荧幕。故事发生在凯撒死后约300年，人猿称霸全世界，人类反而成为底层动物，是星球崛起全新3部曲的开端。而刚加入星球宇宙饰演凯撒2世的凯文杜兰就兴奋表示，真的太爽了。
I feel good. Yes, I feel very good. Yes, just to be a part of this universe, I feel very good. It's interesting. I never saw him as a villain. I just saw him as a passionate bonobo who was very well educated on human history and wanted to ensure that apes remained at the apex of all creatures on the planet Earth, because he feels that humans have had their chance, their time, even though he's obsessed with humans and human culture, and he's learned from all the good things that humans have done, but he's also learned from all the bad things. He's learned how to gain power, control. He's willing to do whatever it takes in order to keep apes evolving in the best way possible.
I think one of the things that's really fascinating is learning how apes communicate without sound and where their attention is being directed to. Like, for example, we were studying apes at the Sydney Zoo, and there was a probably 26, 17 to 18-year-old, 20-year-old silverback gorilla that was about 15 feet away from me, and he was just sort of minding his own business and picking up little grains and things, and he was just kind of nibbling. And I stepped forward just a foot closer than I was, and he stopped and he looked right at me, and I never have felt so small in my life. And he was taking me in, and then he went back to what he was doing. But the zookeeper explained to me what had just happened, because it was a moment, and he said what just happened was he's known that you were there the whole time, and it was only when you stepped forward too close for his comfort where he had to take you in and analyze whether you were a threat or not. And in that 3 or 4 or 5 seconds where he just looked into my soul, he realized, and as I cowered, and he realized I was indeed not a threat. In studying that, we had to learn how to communicate without talking first. You know, having the technology of the performance capture, where we have these high definition cameras right beyond our noses. Those cameras are capturing every little nuance and twitch and twerk in our muscularity in our face, so that we're able to communicate things without speaking, and that's that's a layer of the performance.
When an ape, specifically a chimpanzee or a bonobo, is happy, their mouths kind of go down. But for myself, because Proximus was so obsessed with humans, he wants to walk more upright like a human. He wants to present like a human. And when he has taught himself how to smile, because it's very, very daunting to other apes that he can express himself as a human as well. Well, thank you. Have a great day. Have a wonderful day.
而经历300年的演变，猿猴们在野外生活不再与人类有直接关系。动作教练艾伦高蒂尔特别放话，这一集的猩猩将比以往都更像猩猩。
A simple answer would be taking the human out of the human, so that he becomes a very simple and neutral being, and from there, starting to add the motion, every movement, every proportion aspect, physiology limitations, and the mimics and the habits of the ape into that body. But first, it's very important to get rid of everything that is a human behavior. the film being, 300 years after the last film, we are in a clan of apes that had no relationship or no direct descendants to Caesar. And so they were more in the wild, affected by the disease that transformed themselves into cognitive, verbal apes that can talk and have the right vocal cords. This mutation happens back at the end of the last trilogy. So these apes were still very much chimpanzees. These actors don't have the face of a gorilla, or, no way. So it was Weta, the team of VFX, that with their craft and their art and their mastery, that were able to translate the human, expressions and of the face, even though the actor knows that a monkey goes, or all these things. They know, these actors, we observed apes for a long time. But really the VFX team, in the end, translated to the format of a true chimpanzee or a true gorilla or, whatever ape we were playing, the orangutan, bonobo.
星球崛起，王国诞生，5月8日抢先全美在台上映。想进入星球宇宙的全新时代，一定要进电影院一看究竟哦。
Together, you will die. No, together, strong.